Hey everybody, Matter here. Welcome to part 31 of my Tsukihime playthrough. We are at the final route, the Kohaku route, and after how the last one went, it has me very intrigued on Kohaku's character. I thought she was going to be kind of the most vanilla character of all the routes we have, but that might not be the case, as we learned a lot about her. About the fact that she was actually the doll, the one that was shut out from everybody, and then switched places with Hisui after Shiki left the Tohno mansion, and that she was abused by Makihisa, and she's been planning this very elaborate scheme to have like all the Tohnos killed as kind of revenge for what she had to endure. So that was pretty wild from the character who seems like the most wholesome one of like all the characters in the game. So like in this way, maybe we can save her and let her let go of the feelings that she has and to become like human and not a doll. So yeah, I'm very intrigued by that, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started on the Kohaku route. All right, there's only a few minutes till homeroom. I have to head there right away. And as we usually do, we are just going to skip. That's the first episode of a new route, especially when you're late in the game, is always basically just jumping cutscenes, so I apologize for that. So we're going to go eat in the cafeteria. Okay, so we want to get back to the mansion, and skip, and skip. All right, so we are going to ask about the girl by the window. If it will let me click the damn thing, what the fuck? There we go. Arihiko isn't the only person I haven't seen since then. I can't remember all the details because it's been 8 years, but there were other children at the mansion around the same age as me. I don't remember their names, but there were 2 girls who were twins. The old man once said they didn't have any relatives, so he took them to work as servants. That's weird. We played together so often when we were small. But I can't remember their names. I closed my eyes and cast my mind back. I should be able to remember. She was a girl who was always cheerful. So cheerful that you become cheerful just by looking at her. A girl with a carefree personality who was loved by everyone at the mansion. Because she was close to my age, I got along very well with her, and it seemed like every day we would run around to the garden together. Let's play together, Shiki-chan, she'd say, and I could remember her taking me out of my room after I secluded myself inside. She would often laugh and take shy Akiha's hand, trying to make her play with us. Maybe she was older than the both of us. She would guide me and Akiha to play together, but once we started playing, she would just watch over us. Even Akiha's tutor, the harsh butler, would say, "I don't mind as long as Blank is with you guys," and let Akiha out to play. I gotta say, the game did a pretty good job about doing the old switcheroo, where you assume like that has to be Kohaku based on her personality. And then like, oops, that's not the case. And then you'd think that considering like Hisui was the one who played with us, that like that Akiha would take her as like her personal servant, but after like she learned about Kohaku and all the stuff she had to endure, she probably felt guilty and was like, no, I'll have her be my servant so I can keep her close by, keep an eye on her. But I'm much more concerned about the other girl. I don't know what kind of girl she was, or why she was always like that. From the 2nd floor, there was always a girl looking down at us every time I turned to look at the mansion while we were playing in the garden. She was the twin of the cheerful girl, but she would always gaze at us expressionlessly. That girl would never try to leave the house. All she would do was watch us with those cold eyes. Was it because it bothered me so much that I thought she seemed so lonely? Most of the memories I have about the Tohno mansion are only about her. Well, in the end, I only ended up talking a little with her. I wonder if those girls are still at the mansion. While I think about that, I take a white ribbon out of my bag. So hopefully by this point, because I'm going to give her, I hope I give her the ribbon, and then that will like change everything, because she's like, oh, you did remember our promise. An old white ribbon that the girls gave me at the very end. 8 years ago, after I was involved in the accident, the day I was entrusted to the Arima family, right before I was to leave the mansion, the girl gave me this for some reason. I'm just lending it to you, so be sure to return it. Saying something along those lines, she ran off. A promise made under a large tree. The weather was beautiful that day. Looking up, there was a high, high blue sky I could just lose myself in. It was my last memory of when I left the Tohno mansion 8 years ago. I put the ribbon back in my bag, but it's been 8 years after all. Not only do I not know if they're still at the mansion, I can't even remember their names. Even so, this ribbon is precious to me. The time when my father had disinherited me, rather than being saddened over having been discarded by him. I felt a warmness inside when I thought she was waiting for me to return the ribbon. That's why I wanted to keep this promise as long as I still remember it. I agreed to return to the mansion because Akiha's now there all by herself. I left her there for 8 years, pushing all responsibility onto her while I selfishly lived freely. But there is something else. I really think I decided to return because of that promise. The white ribbon, because of that promise made to the only one who said she'd be waiting for me. Alright, so obviously we want to go watch TV in Kohaku-san's room. I feel like now every interaction with Kohaku is going to, like, knowing what we know about her, there's going to be, like, a deeper meaning to it, because we know, like, all of this, you know, happiness, the smiles are all just a mask. Let's see, Kohaku-san's room is here, isn't it? Knock, knock. I knock on her door. Kohaku-san, are you there? Yes, please hold on for a minute. I can hear her cheerful voice from inside the room. I wait for about 3 minutes. Kohaku-san opens the door and pokes her head out. Oh, it's you, Shiki-sama. What are you doing here at this time? Well, I was wondering if you'd let me watch your TV. Eh? Kohaku-san gives me a bewildered look. Well, there's no TV in the house, is there? I've been living in a normal house up until now. So it's become a daily routine for me to watch TV after dinner. I guess I can't calm down without watching it or something like that, so the more I say it, the more I realize I'm doing something stupid. There's something not right about barging into a lady's room demanding to watch her TV. Look, even Kohaku-san is just standing there looking bewildered. Wait, no she's not. I guess you're right. You've been living at the Arima household up until yesterday, after all. You must think this mansion to be kind of depressing after moving here all of a sudden. Kohaku-san gives a cheerful laugh. Let's see. Have you talked to Akiha-sama and Hesui-chan about this yet? You mean about coming to your room, Kohaku-san? Interesting, too, that she sees herself as a doll and yet she would watch TV. Maybe it's like her escape. Kohaku-san nods. No, I haven't talked to anyone about it yet. What about it? No, it's nothing. It's just that I would have to turn you away if you'd already talked to them about it. Smiling while she speaks, Kohaku-san looks up and down the hallway. Luckily for us, there isn't anyone else around. Please hurry up and come in. It'll be troublesome if we're caught. Please, just sit anywhere. I'll go make some tea. Coughing to clear my throat, I take a seat. There are all sorts of little things in Kohaku-san's room. It might be thought of as a bit messy for a girl's room. There aren't really many things you could call cute, and what she does have is a lot of things that don't look very useful. Rather, it has an atmosphere of a room belonging to an orderly, scholarly person. Buried in the miscellaneous objects, I find the TV. On top of the table is the remote. Maybe Kohaku-san has been watching TV until just now. Thanks for waiting. Tea's fine for you, isn't it, Shiki-sama? Oh, thank you. Please, don't mind me too much. Oh no, not at all. I'm sorry I can't do much to treat you. Kohaku-san says, smiling warmly. So, the TV. What did you want to watch around this time, Shiki-sama? I don't have any set programs in particular, but the news is a pretty basic one. I like to hear new trends, and I like snob stories. Snob stories? I've never heard that. What does that mean? Like, celebrity stories? Not... Okay. Is that so? You seem like a very laid-back person, so I thought you'd be reading after dinner or something. No, I don't have such refined interests. I don't consider myself laid back either, but maybe that's the impression I give with my glasses. Ah, you wear glasses, Shiki-sama. Akiha-sama didn't say anything about that, so I was quite surprised when I saw you at the door. I see. I haven't met Akiha since I started wearing these glasses. The glasses are just for show. I guess you could say my eyes are bad, but I think my vision is better than that of most people. It's not because I study too much and went nearsighted or anything. Oh, crap. I had an intellectual image, but did I disappoint you? Not at all. I enjoy watching TV more than reading, too. I'm glad you're an energetic person, just like I thought you were. Yeah, thanks. I'm a little embarrassed. Faced directly with Kohaku-san's carefree smile, I can't help but feel a little nervous. I'm sorry, you came to watch the news, didn't you? Kohaku-san switches the TV on. It's already 9 o'clock. The news, as it usually does, reports the day's events with a little exaggeration. Oh dear, looks like there's been another one of those serial murders. Kohaku-san says this to herself while sitting next to me, sounding not the least bit concerned. The news is running a special... Gee, I wonder why she's not concerned about it. It's all going to plan. The news is running a special feature on the serial killings. The serial murders, which began in the neighboring town, are now beginning to be concentrated within this town. That also explains why Kohaku was so, like, freely giving me little hints and information about, like, the truth about what was going on, like about my past and stuff, is because she was orchestrating everything and she wanted me to find out eventually. It's a pretty simple story. Late at night, he attacks young girls indiscriminately, and in the end, he drains their blood. Seems like last night's victim is the 9th one so far. I wonder what the police are doing about it. Who knows? It would seem pretty easy to catch a murderer who comes out at night, but maybe he's really careful so they can't trace him. You could be right. The clues about murderers usually build up as they kill more people. So if they haven't caught him even after 9 murders, he must be really carefully prepared for the killings. A careful killing, or killer, huh? But aren't these killings spontaneous crimes? It's quite strange to think of them as being carefully prepared. You're right, if there's no evidence left, then maybe he's not a random killer at all. I can only think that he's got it all planned out from the start for execution. Oh, look at our little mastermind here, just dropping hints. I see, but then what would be the point of killing those 9 girls? Are they friends of his? Acquaintances? Probably not. If there were connections like that, I think the police would have realized it by now. In the end, I suppose it's an incomprehensible case without motive or connections. Kohaku-san says all of this disturbing stuff with a smile. It seems like she's not really worried about the case. These murders are happening right here in this town, Kohaku-san. You're a young girl and all, so aren't you even a little scared? I'll be fine, since the killer only appears late at night. If I don't go out at night, I won't run into him. Kohaku-san really is a clear thinker. It's perhaps a bit of a raw explanation, but I suppose that's how a mere news story should be treated. Sorry for intruding on you. I'll be counting on you again the next time I feel like watching TV. Sure, I'll be waiting. Kohaku-san looks up and down the hallway. I'd like to escort you back to your room, but Hisui-chan is waiting, so I'll have to say goodbye here. Okay, good night. I had no idea bedtime at the mansion was at 10. Apparently, there's some kind of unwritten rule here that one is not to be out of their room after 10. It's still so formal here, even with the old man gone. Well, I guess it's only natural. I'm also getting tired from my unfamiliarity with this mansion, so I immediately return to my room. When I return to my room, my bed has been made. Did Hisui do that while I was away? I'm glad she did, but it's really more than I deserve. I scratch my cheek. Then, are you there, Shiki-sama? I can hear Hisui's voice along with a knock at the door. Yeah, I'm here. Come in. Excuse me. Good evening. Thank you for making my bed, Hisui. She quietly nods in acceptance. Ugh. Just as I thought. I'm not used to this. Is there anything you want to tell me? No, nothing from me, but Akiha-sama has instructed me to answer any questions you may have. I see. There are many things I want to ask, but I'll probably get to know them as I continue to live here. Yeah, what I want to know right now before I sleep is it true that curfew here is 7? Yes, the main gate is locked at 7, and all entrances to the mansion are to be locked at 8. It is also a rule that one must try not to go walking around to the mansion after 10. Not even walking around in the mansion? Well, I've got no complaint with that, but isn't that kind of harsh? Akiha and I aren't children, so I don't think you have to go that far. Indeed, it is a rule, however, so please abide by it. You're aware of the recent disturbances at night, are you not, Shiki-sama? Yeah, the vampire thing Orihigo was talking about. Well, as long as something like that's happening, I guess it is better to be safe than sorry. What else? Oh, do you mind if I ask you an off-topic question? Yes, what is it? I'd like to know what kind of work you and Kohaku-san do around here. I am here to serve your needs, and my sister Kohaku to serve Lady Akiha-sama. In our spare time, we do the maintenance chores around the mansion. Is there anything more you'd like to know? Serve, so that's what it is after all. My shoulders suddenly feel heavier. It seemed completely natural to Akiha when she said it, but I'm nothing more than a normal high school student. I have no interest in having a girl around my age serving me, at least not for now. By serving me, do you mean you're a personal servant? Yes, please do not hesitate to ask anything of me. Well, I get it. Going by how Akiha was talking about you, it doesn't seem like I can dismiss you, so I'll just obediently let you serve me. Is there anything in particular you would like? Nothing in particular, but could you stop calling me Shiki-sama? To be honest, I get chills down my back when I hear it. But Shiki-sama, you're my master. That's what I'm saying I hate. I've been living a normal life up until yesterday. I have no desire to start living a life where a girl my age addresses me with Sama. I see. Hisui's response was less than enthusiastic. Just call me Shiki. In exchange, I'll call you Hisui. Let's do away with the formalities and be more casual with each other. Still expressionless, Hisui lowers her eyebrows as if she's being troubled. But you're my employer. It's not like I'm hiring you. You're the one doing the things I can't, so you're the great one. I see. Hisui gives another unenthusiastic reply. It looks like I won't be able to talk her into it in just one day. Anyhow, that's how it is. Don't be so formal towards me. I'll be grateful if you tell that to your sister Kohaku-san too. Very well, as you say, Shiki-sama. Expressionless, Hisui bows her head. She completely failed to understand. I will be leaving now. Please, rest now for tonight. Bowing, Hisui puts her hand on the doorknob. Oh, I forgot to ask something. Oh, hold on for a second. Running towards the door, I put my hand on her shoulder before she leaves. In an instant, Hisui's arm pushes away my arm with incredible momentum. With a whack, she slaps my hand away and leaps back. Eh? It's so sudden. That's the only thing I can say. Hisui is expressionless, but she glares at me fiercely. Did I just do something wrong? Ah, I am very sorry. She sounds nervous. I'm not used to being touched. Please, forgive me. Hisui's shoulders are faintly trembling. I feel like I just did something really terrible. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize without thinking. I don't understand why myself. I just feel sorry for her, and I lower my head. Hisui says nothing. I get the feeling her stare is calm again. You have nothing to apologize for, Shiki-sama. I'm the one to blame. No, well, maybe, but I scratch my head. Hisui stares at me, pausing only to blink for a second. What is it that you wanted to ask me, Shiki-sama? That's right, I stopped her because I wanted to ask her something. Oh, I wanted to ask about Akiha. Doesn't she go to a boarding school? That was only during middle school, Shiki-sama. From this year onwards, Akiha-sama has special permission to attend school from home. You mean she goes to school from here? Yes, but it's uncommon for her to come home before dusk, like today. Akiha-sama has practice up until dinner, so she's always home before 7. Practice? Practice what? Today's Thursday, so she would have had violin practice. Eh? Usually, she is able to return before dinner on weekdays, so if you have anything to say to Akiha-sama, please let Ne-san know after dinner. Hisui bows to say goodbye. Violin practice? What on earth is that? She's not some upper-class lady or something, so why should she have to do something as bothersome as... Oh wait, she is an upper-class lady. Yeah, come to think of it, my sister is a natural-born upper-class lady. In my memories, she was always the obedient, ever-uneasy sister who'd follow me around. As a child, Akiha was always quiet, never having even the courage to express her own desires. She was a frail girl who'd always live in fear of a scolding from our father. Yeah, people really do change after 8 years. After 8 years, I've become the me I am now. Akiha has become the Akiha of today now, too. 8 years is a long time. It's half of our lives up until now. I was absent from this mansion during that vital period where a child becomes an adult. I'm sorry, Akiha. I think things would have been better if I had been with her during those 8 years. I unconsciously mumble an apology. Alright, so we want to go to sleep. The howling continues. There's no way I can sleep like this. I can't sleep, but that's just normal. I'm sleepy, so I'll pass. Pulling the sheets over me, I stretch out on the bed. I can just think of the howling as the sound of something mundane, like cars driving by on the street. Today has been a very long day. Well, not in my playthrough, because I just skip. I'm mentally tired from eating dinner in this unfamiliar mansion, and my conversations with Akiha and everyone else. After all that, the howling is just background noise. I close my eyes and gently fall asleep. I think I just heard something. Half awake, I look at the clock. It's just past 2. It's been about 2 hours since I heard the dogs howling. The dogs howling has already stopped. The mansion is so quiet that I can hear the clock ticking in the silence. I hear it again. Inside the mansion? From the lobby? Could it be a burglar? It's not impossible. The mansion's contents are outrageously valuable. On top of that, with no one here now except Kohaku-san, Hisui, Akiha, and myself, it's very insecure. I get out of bed and slip out of the room quietly. If it's a burglar, Akiha and everyone will be in danger, so I can't let this go. I'll just look down from the 2nd floor into the lobby. It should be safe enough. There's nothing wrong there. No, someone is there. The figure that enters from the entrance and crosses the lobby with wobbling, uncertain steps is Akiha. She's not going to her own room on the 2nd floor, but to the 1st floor of the west wing. The only things there are Kohaku-san's room and my old man's room. What is she doing up at this time of night? I can murmur all I want, but there won't be any answers forthcoming. After gazing at the lobby for a while, I decided to return to my room. Not my problem. Well, she probably had something to do, or went to see Kohaku-san. I feel bad about sneaking around and watching her, and I don't want to just ask her about everything she does. Sleep, sleep. There's school tomorrow. I bury myself in bed and close my eyes. As I fall asleep, my thoughts keep returning over and over to Akiha's hollow-eyed figure in the lobby, and how something seemed wrong. Alright, so we're gonna greet Kohaku-san, because, screw Akiha, I guess. Morning, Kohaku-san. Today is a lovely day. Yes, good morning, Shiki-san. Kohaku-san delivers her ordinary morning greeting with a smile on her face. Did you sleep well last night? I was worried you might be inconvenienced, staying in an unfamiliar mansion and all. Oh no, there was no problems. I used to live here after all, and now I've got you to watch over me, Kohaku-san. Oh, you were quite good at this, Shiki-san. Eh? No, I'm just saying what I think. What is it that I'm good at? Kohaku-san just looks at me, smiling. Somehow I feel embarrassed when she looks directly at me, so I shift my gaze. And then I realize another stare, one which has been on me silently for a while now. Hey there. I give a light wave to greet her. Akiha continues to stare at me, or perhaps glare would be a better word. Well, good morning, Akiha. Oh, you don't have to force yourself to greet me. Please, go right ahead and ignore me. After all, it seems you prefer to enjoy the morning with Kohaku. Akiha's words sting. It's not like I had intended to ignore her. I just said hello to Kohaku-san. Please don't tease Shiki-san too much, Akiha-sama. We don't have much time, and Shiki-san hasn't finished his breakfast yet. Well, that's Nissan's fault for waking up late, isn't it? He's just getting what he deserves for leaving everything to do in a rush in the morning. Akiha sniffs. It seems like my failure to greet her was another point she was unimpressed with, in addition to her objection to my late arrival. Kohaku-san, is my breakfast ready? Yes, I've laid it out in the dining hall. Please, eat up at your leisure. That won't do, Kohaku. Nissan has no time to eat breakfast at this time. Hey, listen, Akiha, it's only 7, so I've got at least that much. It's an easy 30-minute walk from here to school, so I can take it easy for at least 10 minutes, can't I? Are you saying you're going to finish breakfast in just 10 minutes? You're not some starving dog. So if you're going to eat breakfast, I'd like you to take your time. Akiha's words really do have thorns in them. Alright, so we want to just sit silently here and skip and skip. Okay, so I don't feel well. And skip. And Jim, we are just flying through this. Go help Kohaku. That's right, she's been taking care of me since yesterday. So if I have time to fool around, I should go help Kohaku-san. I guess she's sweeping in the garden. If it's just sweeping the garden, even I could help with that. I psych myself up and head towards the garden. Oh, welcome back, Shiki-san. Kohaku-san faces me with a tender smile. Thanks. You're sweeping the garden by yourself? Yes, the gardener will not be here for another 3 days, so I thought I should just straighten up the fallen leaves. Kohaku-san holds the bamboo broom with both hands. She looks like she's really enjoying herself. Cleaning up this large area by herself should be a huge task. See, it's probably because she's been holed up, so she just enjoys being outside. You're really something, Kohaku-san. I'd complain if I had to sweep the whole garden. Oh no, it isn't like that at all. It's my duty, so I have to do it to put food on the table. That's why I must push back my tears and sweep this garden. Haha. Kohaku-san laughs and gives a carefree smile. She's like, but really, I'm dead inside. She certainly is cheerful. Besides, there are some things I do in the back courtyard, so when I'm not busy, I always check up on the garden. Eh? Things you do? Like what? Well, let's see. Ever since I was a child, I've liked growing flowers. I gathered so many kinds of flowers on a whim that it's more like a jungle than a flower bed. Kohaku-san laughs brightly once again. But I didn't know that. I rarely go back here, so I didn't realize it. But I guess I have seen something like a flower garden from the second floor. Like, right? She needed something because she wasn't able to go outside, so she just wanted to, like, bring something from outside in. Something to, like, just keep her sanity a bit. I see. You like gardening, Kohaku-san. What kind of flowers? Well, lots of kinds, but most of them are morning glories, eh? And didn't she use the morning glories as, like, she used that in her medicine? I love the little hints that she's dropping. Oh, morning glories. Seems like a fitting choice. Really? I always thought they didn't quite match the mood of the mansion, though. No, not the mansion. I mean, they suit you well, Kohaku-san. Morning glories are so pretty in their simplicity. Shiki-san, I think you have the wrong idea. The ones in the garden are Korean morning glories. They're a bit dangerous. Kohaku-san, I mean, that also suits her. Kohaku-san laughs as if something was really funny. Is that so? But Korean morning glories are still morning glories, right? Yes, it's also known as crazy eggplant or datura. The flowers can be made into an anesthetic. The world's first general anesthetic, Sudsensan, was made in Japan with the Korean morning glories as their main active ingredient. If you drink it by accident, it will cause dangerous hallucinations, so please be careful, Shiki-san. I don't think I'd ever accidentally drink the flowers, Kohaku-san. I also wanted to grow some cactus and other cute things like that, but Akiha-sama was vehemently against it, so I had to stop. It really is too bad that I tell you these things, but can't show them to you. Saying that, she takes up the broom again. I see. So you sweep the garden because you like flowers and stuff like that. No, that isn't really the reason. Actually, I'm terrible at cleaning inside the mansion. Oh, okay, so that part wasn't wrong. That wasn't untrue. I don't know why, but I always seem to break something. Huh? I seem to break or rip the most valuable thing in the room. Well, I don't do it on purpose, right? But Hisui-chan told me, "Nei-san, maybe you should stick to the family finances and cooking." How mean of her. Kohaku is still smiling while acting angry, but it's quite different from my first impression of her. You don't mean, Kohaku-san, are you clumsy? My statement is more a blurted outburst than a direct question. Kohaku-san groans in disappointment. You're saying it too, Shiki-san? Hisui-chan's too cruel and says, "Nei-san, you're too slow," while Akiha-sama teases me and says, "You're not being careful enough." I don't mess up because I want to. They're so mean. That's right. There really aren't too many people that mess up because they want to. I didn't know what to say, so I tried to be somewhat neutral. That's right. It's the thought that counts, so I think they should overlook it if I mess up 10 or 20 times. Kohaku-san starts quickly sweeping the leaves again. Well, I didn't come here to get in her way. Kohaku-san, is there another broom? Yes, there are many in the shed. What are you going to use it for? No, I just thought I'd sweep up some leaves too. Kohaku-san's broom freezes. That will not do, Shiki-sama. If you were to do that, I'd be in trouble. Get in trouble? Who would get you in? Well, I guess there really only is one person who would. Yes. Kohaku-san nods quickly. Don't worry about it. I'm not doing it because I want to, so it's wrong for Akiha to complain. Or he's saying, I'm doing it because I want to. If Akiha has complaints, she'll have to blame me, not you. Oh, that is true, isn't it? So relax. Besides, it's more fun if we both do it. Shiki-san, you don't seem to understand Lady Akiha. If you did that, she would get angry for another reason, I think. I don't get it, but you're saying she'll get angry whatever happens? That's it. So please do not worry about sweeping. Still smiling, Kohaku-san says this directly. Oh, no matter what happens, Akiha will get mad at you. Then I don't want to make any trouble for you. I'm sorry. Forgive me for being careless. No, you weren't being careless. I'm happy you wanted to help me. Even though she says this with a bright smile, I do feel bad because I really wanted to help her. I sigh. Kohaku-san looks up at my face cheerfully. Shiki-san, did you really want to help me? Yeah, if I won't get you in trouble. Then shall we go somewhere else? Akiha-sama will find us here, so I think it's better if we sweep behind the mansion. Behind? In the backyard? Yes, Akiha-sama will never find us there, so we can sweep all we want. Here you go. Kohaku-san hands me the broom she had in her hands. I'll go to the shed to get another broom, so please go on ahead. Please don't let Hisui-chan or Akiha-sama spot you as you go, okay? Trot, trot, trot. Kohaku-san dashes with quick, light steps. She really looks like a mischievous kid. Before I realize it, a grin creases my lips. Akiha and Hisui don't seem to be the joking type, so Kohaku-san's brightness is quite charming. Alright, let's do this. Gripping the broom Kohaku-san was using earlier, I covertly walked to the garden behind the mansion. Alright, so, I can't remember what the context is for this, but we're gonna go and look. Oh, this is with, okay, Yumizuka. Okay, so that's still happening. Damn, skip, skip, skip. Alright. Wow, this is like the whole thing at the end. Like, we are skipping mad quick. Sorry, guys. Hopefully you do remember the context of this. So this was Yumizuka. This is when I met up with her. I think she called me saying to meet up at the park or something. And then she asked, like, if I like her. So at this case, last time I said that I hated her. This time we'll say I can't answer. Yumizuka, I can't answer. Maybe this makes me a horrible person, but those are my true feelings. I never had any special feelings for my classmates. Yumizuka Satsuki, I'm only here because what happened on the way home 2 days ago left such an impression on me. I couldn't just forget about it. I thought so. You never even knew I existed, so you couldn't have fallen in love with me. And then she tries to kill me. The door opens with a creak. With a heavy body and dulled mind, I make it back to the mansion. My footsteps drag behind me. The moonlight illuminates my figure, making it look like an exhausted ghost. My left arm hurts where Yumizuka wounded me. The bleeding has stopped, and the gradual lessening of the pain tells me it couldn't have been too deep. I reach the stairs. I don't even care about treating my wounds. Right now, I just want to stumble back to my room and sleep like a rock. Eh? Nissan? And then, from the middle of the stairs, I hear Akiha's voice. Akiha. I raise my head. In front of me, I see Akiha has just now made it to the bottom of the stairway. Ah, Akiha is silent. Something about her appearance is a little strange, and I don't even care right now and continue stumbling up the stairs. Right now, I should just go to my room, so I have to keep going up the stairs. I dazedly make my way past Akiha's still figure. I have to get up the stairs. Hey, please, wait, Nissan. Just where did you go this late in the evening? Who knows? Besides, what is Akiha doing standing here at this hour? Trying to glide down the stairs as quietly as possible. It seems like she was going to go outside just now. It doesn't have anything to do with you, Akiha. I'm going to my room, so don't bother me. Bother? Akiha gasps and cuts off mid-sentence. Nissan, you look... Her previously shocked eyes become calm. Your left arm is injured, right? Your clothes are pretty dirty, too. Don't worry about it. It doesn't hurt anymore. It doesn't hurt? That can't be true. You look like you could collapse at any moment, and there's blood clotted all over your left arm. Goodness, just what in the world were you doing, Nissan? I can't answer, and only avert my gaze. I couldn't possibly explain everything that happened tonight, and more than that, I don't ever want to talk about Yumizuka to anyone. Nothing much, just killed a girl, no big deal. I was just walking around and got sucked into a little drunken brawling. Answering simply, I climb past her, but with a pull, Akiha places her hands on my shoulders. Nissan, I'll get mad. With a weak voice, Akiha looks directly at me. With her face like that, I become even more unable to tell her what really happened. Just like that, time passes without either of us speaking. After some minutes pass, Akiha lets out a breath and drops her shoulders in resignation. Fine, I'll let it go. Akiha grabs my uninjured right arm and heads towards the sitting room. Hey, Akiha, I want to go back to my room and sleep. No, I won't ask you any more about it, so you have to let me treat your injuries, okay? So, come this way. I can't help but be worried if you go to sleep looking like that. Still holding onto my arm, she drags me with her to the lobby. Oh well, this is just how it is. I resign myself to doing as Akiha says. The treatment was quite simple. I guess it was really not that bad to begin with. After applying some disinfectant and wrapping the wound in gauze, my treatment is over. After finishing the simple care by herself, Akiha takes a towel soaked in warm water and wipes my face. All finished. The uniform's done for, so we'll have to get a new one prepared tomorrow. My mind is still numb. Akiha really hasn't asked me any questions about what happened, and simply took care of my injury. I'm a little surprised. I thought she'd let Kohaku-san or Hisui take care of it, but Akiha did it all with a smile. Her gentleness is completely different from the way she was these past 3 days. And I think back about Akiha from long ago. Nissan? Hey, it's finished, so please go back to your room. Didn't you say you'd rather go to sleep than keep me company? She may still be resenting my words from earlier because she sounds very dissatisfied. There's still something wrong with my brain, but I do understand how much Akiha worried over me. Yeah, thanks, Akiha. Is it because I'm still woozy? I let my true feelings show. Eh? Akiha's face turns red and she shrinks away from me. Oh, I don't think it was anything to thank me for. You would help me if I was hurt too, right, Nissan? That may be true, but it makes me happy. Stuttering, I finally realize it. I'm quite emotionally detached right now, but I honestly am happy that, rather than Kohaku-san or Hisui, Akiha was the one that treated my wounds. Don't say such stupid things. Please, hurry back to your room. Or are you hurt somewhere else? This is seeming like the Akiha route again. I was like, let's get away from her. Stop blushing, girl. Akiha says so and shifts her gaze. Nissan, your shoulder. There's blood. Akiha places her hand on my shoulder. She peels back my shirt, my exposed shoulder and neck. Yumizuka's bite marks and dried blood are still there. Nissan, this... In that instant, the air freezes. The fang-shaped wounds on my neck. I don't know how to even begin to explain that, and descend into silence. Akiha slowly leans her body towards mine. Nissan, there's still blood flowing here. Her voice is terribly taut with strain. The grip of her hand on my shoulder becomes stronger. Her body stops in a position somewhere between touching mine and not. What should I do? We should stop the bleeding, right? Her voice sounds delirious. Akiha? I call her name while assailed by an unspeakable disquiet. There's no reply, but instead, I feel a warm sensation along my neck. What? My voice fades away. Akiha's face is right next to mine. The sensation of rubbing— this feels more like the Akiha route than the actual route I did with her at the beginning, at least. This is supposed to be the Kohaku route. What the heck? A contact. Wetness. Akiha? My numb sense of reason can't grasp what's going on. A hesitatingly touching tongue! What? The red tongue that fearfully touches my neck. Shaking. Shaking fingers that embrace me. The warmth of Akiha's body. She's licking the blood dribbling down my neck, but it really isn't anything to be alarmed over. It's just like what you do as a kid to stop the bleeding. But it feels so sweet. I can't say anything. Can't say that I've ever licked anyone to stop the bleeding of anyone. Okay. Akiha must think the same way as she just, for no reason, brushes her teeth against my wound. All of a sudden, a sound comes from the lobby. Akiha pulls back. I'm so sorry, Nissan. Her face a pure red, she runs away. What? Left by myself in the sitting room, I reach my hand up to my neck. Her warmth is still lingering there faintly. I know she was probably doing that to heal me, but still, that was, She didn't have to run away. I murmur to myself and shake my head, licking the wounds like that. I did a lot of that as a child. I did... Okay, I guess people do that, at least in this family. I did a lot of that as a child. I did that to Akiha and Kohaku-san when they got hurt, but it's just an act from childlike purity, only done as a child. Both of us grown like this now, and being the opposite gender, we can't really use that method anymore. What was she doing? She was acting pretty strange. Well, I guess I'm also strange right now. As if in a dream, I can't recall what exactly happened. Even what Akiha and I just did. I feel like it will all be a dream tomorrow morning. And I reach my room. I lurch to my bed and collapse. Tiredness closes in around my brain. My exhaustion is more in my body than my mind. My body must be trying to halt everything in order to quickly heal its exertions. Before that, I take a deep breath and trace my fingers along my neck once more. I'm a little surprised. The 2 fang marks. The blood really was stopped by Akiha's lips. That was weird. Very strange. Okay. Moving on. I wake from a long sleep. The sunshine from the window looks closer to midday than morning. It must be because of how late I got back last night. It seems I've overslept. Dragging myself from bed, I look down at my hand. The sensation of how I stabbed Yumizuka remains. 2 nights ago, when I met Yumizuka and saw that hideous dream. If only yesterday was just a dream. But wishing it won't make it so. I have no clue why or how Yumizuka became a vampire. I couldn't do anything to help her. No, once Yumizuka had become like that, there was probably no way for anyone to help her. She was already dead. All I did was return the corpse somehow, moving about as if it were a living thing back to being a dead body. That's the only way I can think of it. But still, please excuse me, Shiki-sama. With that voice I've become accustomed to, Hisui enters the room. Good morning, Shiki-sama. How are you feeling today? I slept well, so I don't feel bad at all. That's so. Hearing that makes me feel very relieved. Even though she says that, I don't see her even relax her shoulders, or give any other indication of it. But I feel relieved as well, because of what happened last night. The long night is over, because I don't have to enter that unnatural world any longer. My heart can relax. Thanks, Hisui. You've always come to check up on me from early in the morning, right? Your concern means a lot to me. Not at all. It's my duty to be concerned with your welfare. There's a hint of happiness in her expression. Moreover, I feel like I've become somewhat rescued. While I've been sleeping in bed like this, Hisui came as always to wake me up. It's just that trivial thing. I honestly feel like I've returned to my normal life. Shiki-sama, this is somewhat difficult for me to say, but can I? Difficult to say. If it's about me sleeping in until noon, I really can't do anything but apologize. No, that is not what I meant, but it is perhaps related to when you went to sleep. Hisui fidgets with her fingers as she struggles to come up with the right words. I did not say anything, but Akiha-sama found out about last night. About last night? What? I mean, when you left late last night, Shiki-sama. I unconsciously turned my eyes away from her. I thought I'd managed to slip away undetected. But I should have known. Well, of course Akiha-sama knows about it, or Akiha, of course she knows about it, because she saw me and she took care of me. I should have known Hisui would still find out. Shiki-sama, your return late at night has gained the attention of Akiha-sama, so I believe you'll be asked to explain yourself sooner or later. She's in the sitting room, and may be angry, so please be prepared. I see. I got it. I'll be prepared. But if it's about last night, then Akiha definitely knows about it already. And after that, it was Akiha who took care of me when I was in a complete stupor. About that, will it be occurring again? I can't stop you, but if you continue doing such things, I must tell Akiha-sama. No, nothing like that will happen again. Everything has ended last night. There won't be any phone calls anymore. Yes, it really has ended. With those words, it's truly over. Yumizuka Satsuki is no more. The vampire skulking the streets has vanished. I, with my own hands, sent away a classmate who said she liked me for all eternity. She looks at me with a painful expression on her face. Geez, if Hesui's making that sort of face, I must look terrible right now. Well, I should get up sooner or later. Hisui, is Akiha still here? She's an awfully busy person, so does she have a routine on her day off? She does have plans during her day off, but today she's still in the mansion. She has plans, but she's still here? I don't quite get it, but, well, I'll go and get changed, so please head to the sitting room before me. Yes, well then, please excuse me. As usual, Hisui walks away without a sound, but I forgot something really important. Hisui? Yes? What is it, Shiki-sama? I forgot to say something. Thanks for coming to wake me up. It's a little late, but good morning. Yes, please, have a good day, Shiki-sama. Well then, I should hurry up and change and head to the sitting room. Alright, so we're gonna go help Kohaku-san, obviously. To be honest, Kohaku-san has the hardest job because she's to prepare the feast for the four of us. Oh yeah, this is like my welcome party, right? I don't think I can be that much help in cooking, but I'll go see Kohaku-san. The kitchen has already become a battlefield. On each counter there's a mountain of ingredients, and I get the urge to turn around and go back as soon as I enter. Shiki-san, is there anything I can do for you? Kohaku-san peeks her head through. No, I was thinking maybe I could help or something. But it seems like I've entered a world where I shouldn't be. Ah, that really helps. To tell the truth, I was thinking of going to ask you for some help. Really? But I don't have any cooking skills, so I'm unsure if I can even help you, Kohaku-san. Not at all. It's something anyone can do. Come on, please, lend me a hand. I think this is where she, like, cuts herself, right? Kohaku-san takes my hand and pulls me with her. Not really understanding what's going on, I end up helping Kohaku. After calming down a bit, I realize the kitchen is actually pretty small for a mansion so large. They probably had a much bigger galley, when there were many people living in the mansion, but with just Akiha, Hisui, Kohaku-san, and I, they had this smaller kitchen prepared. Here, please wash your hands and use this apron. I don't know whose taste this is a reflection of, but she hands me an apron that says, Quiet, Unsociable Person on it. I'll start you off with a simple task, Shiki-san. When it's all done, I have another task just for you. Well, now we know that at least when she was a child, that was definitely her. Kohaku-san's in a good mood. First, I have to take the shells off all these shrimp. Wick, wick, wick. The sound of a knife lightly hitting the cutting board. Kohaku-san's humming fills the kitchen. She must be immersed in cooking because she doesn't say much. As for me, I actually enjoy peeling the shrimp and keep on peeling the skin. You know, this really brings back memories. Before the incident, and before I left the mansion, I played like this several times with Kohaku-san and Akiha. We were young then, and we didn't even know about how we were the opposite gender. We were just in this spacious mansion, and all we knew was this continuous fun of every day. We played around so much we forgot about all the things that bothered us before. Or maybe, in order to forget the bothersome past, we tried to pass our days with as much fun as possible. Shiki-san, you've really taken a liking to peeling those shrimp, haven't you? Eh? No, not really. Why do you ask? Because you look like you're having so much fun. You know, Hisui-chan, her eyebrows would become so scrunched up by the time she gets done. Really? I'm surprised. She looks like the type that would do it without complaint. For some reason, Hisui-chan's poor at cooking, but she's really great at cleaning and arranging things. Is that so? I always felt that both you and Hisui could do anything. If that were true, I'd be very happy, but both Hisui-chan and I are merely normal, so we have our faults too. Hisui-chan's sense of taste is a little strange, so even when she makes things she thinks are delicious, for Akiha Samurai, it tastes really strange. I see, so that's why she doesn't cook. Hisui's sense of taste is a little odd. Kohaku-san, what's her fault, I wonder? Well, come to think of it, both of you are different in your own ways. Kohaku-san, you were always cheerful while Hisui stayed in the mansion back then. Oh, did I look that cheerful? I thought I was always watching you all, though. Oh, see, I think she said the same thing. I love this, like, when it's in a different context. Like, the same words can have such a different interpretation. Yeah, I remember. You'd always run around with us, but you would tell us to stop doing dangerous things and look out for us. I really do remember. Playing tag in the courtyard of the mansion. Trying as hard as we could to catch my old man's carp in the pond. Hey, remember the time when we left the mansion from the gate, right? We didn't know the way to get back, and you ended up calling the mansion, and one of the mansion's servants had to come pick us up. Yes, and after that, Makihisa-sama really did yell at you. So, like, she doesn't have memories of this, right? That wasn't her. That was Hisui, right? Everyone was playing with you, but somehow you ended up being the only one. Like, she's probably seeing this, she observed it, but she wasn't there for it. We did so many things, but in the end, you always saved Akiha-sama and me from getting in trouble. She giggles as she speaks aloud nostalgically. What's this? Talking about old times. I really feel like I've returned now. That's right. I really don't have too many memories of this mansion. But talking about old times honestly makes me feel nostalgic. But my memories aren't just happy ones. But I did treat Hisui poorly, the girl who was always in the corner of my heart. In the end, I was never able to have a true conversation with the girl by the window. Girl, she was always watching us from the window. Always, it struck me, a lonely face looking down. I always thought it'd be great if she could come out and play, but still, before I left the mansion, she gave me that one parting gift. That's right, she was always shy even then, so I never knew what she was thinking. I always thought if Hisui-chan was happy, it wouldn't matter what happened to me. Oh? And this also is in a different context, right? When she's saying as long as she's happy, it wouldn't matter what happened to Kohaku. Kohaku-san, you really are a good older sister. I'm feeling happy, so I give her an answer like this. Ah, all of a sudden, with a short sound, Kohaku-san lifts her hands. I can see she cut her finger with the kitchen knife. Kohaku-san, your finger. Eh? After I say that, she seems to have realized she cut her finger. That's another thing, the context of this is very different. She says she basically shuts herself off from feeling anything. Oh, that's true. That's true. Hey, Kohaku-san. I don't believe this. Even I could see the cuts really deep, but Kohaku-san's still slow. How embarrassing. I'm supposed to be such a good chef. Kohaku-san gives her normal laugh. This is no laughing matter. We have to take care of it right away. It's fine. It isn't life-threatening or anything. But doesn't it hurt? It's cut pretty bad. No, not at all. If I think it doesn't hurt, then it won't hurt. If I think this isn't my finger... Oh my god, she even mentioned the thing about the doll. I forgot about that. Jesus, it was like plain as day. Well, maybe not. With context, it is now. If I think this isn't my finger and that it's just a finger of some doll, then I won't feel pain, right? What? With a smile, Kohaku-san says something pretty outlandish. Well, I'm sure if you think that way, it wouldn't hurt as much, but you can't get rid of it all. Look, let's just get it taken care of. I'm a little weak when it comes to blood, so if I have an anemic fit right now, it'll be your fault. I see, then I should take care of it right away. Well then, Shiki-san, excuse me for a moment. The whole time, her smile never cracks. Giving me a bow with her head, she leaves the kitchen. The drinking continues. I don't know how it happened, but it looks like the Tohno Shiki welcome party has turned into just a drinking party. Akiha might be used to drinking, as she gulps down her glass as if she's drinking water. Kohaku-san slowly drinks with Akiha while refilling her cup. Seeing that their faces still look normal, I'm guessing they don't show drunkenness on their faces. Incidentally, Hisui sits on the couch dizzily after drinking just one sip. Akiha really has quite a lot of tolerance. Looking at the smiling Akiha and Kohaku-san, I gulp down my glass. It's just water, as I only drank a mouthful of alcohol during the toast. I take a bite of the smoked salmon on the table. It's exquisite. In the Tohno house, even the snacks are first class. Even though there might be a lot of problems, it is pretty enjoyable right now. To be blunt, Akiha and Kohaku-san's conversation is outright boring. It's as if they're just discussing how the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Despite that, it all seems rather charming seeing them laughing at those kinds of conversations. On the other hand, Hisui's holding the glass she used during the toast and gazing vacantly. Whenever I look away from her, the glass becomes a little more empty. She seems to be enjoying herself, too. I sneak another bite of food. I am pretty weak against alcohol, so I prefer to just eat the finger food instead. And What happened? Akiha stands up and walks over to me. Nissan, you've only been eating. You aren't going to drink? Akiha looks at me a little dissatisfied. Now look, I don't care if you get drunk, but you shouldn't try to make others drink at your pace. I'm not used to drinking a lot. So if you want to drink with someone, Kohaku-san can... I try to point over to Kohaku-san, but she isn't there. It seems she went to get some more alcohol from the kitchen. Well, excuse me, I'm not the slightest bit drunk. Raising her glass with one hand, Akiha leans forward. I see. Since Kohaku-san isn't here, I guess she's messing with me since she has no one to talk to. Kohaku doesn't have anything to do with this. We're talking about why you're not drinking. Well, I have been drinking. That's a lie. I haven't had a chance to pour you anything. I was drinking so you could relax, but all you've been doing is munching away at the food Kohaku's made. You haven't even had one glass, right? Akiha pouts. Is it just me, or is her step a little unsteady? Akiha, I just have to ask, are you drunk? Don't be ridiculous. I'm not drunk. You'll be dead drunk long before I will. You are dead drunk. Hurry up and finish your glass. I'll listen to whatever you have to say when you're done. She points commandingly at my glass, except her finger is wobbling. Akiha, I've said this before, but you really are drunk. Sheesh, you really are persistent. I told you, I'm not drunk. Akiha yells and wobbles back. Her own voice causes her to get dizzy, so what part of that isn't being drunk? Oh well, have a seat. We can chat a bit, I suppose. I pat the sofa next to me. Yeah, I'll sit. Akiha sits down on the sofa. I don't know where all her possiness disappeared to, but she just meekly sits down. For some reason, I suddenly don't feel comfortable. Resigned, I pick up my glass. I take a light gulp. The unfamiliar alcohol burns my throat. It doesn't taste good at all. I feel the ground dip beneath me, as if I was feeling dizzy from my anemia. But I can't say that it feels bad either. I might as well just finish it off, so I down the rest of it. I'm surprised. You may have said differently before, but you sure seem to like drinking, Nissan. What do you mean? I'm not a big drinker or anything. Doesn't look like it. You were drinking that rather happily. Akiha leans over and takes a bottle from the table. I'll water it down, but do you have any other preferences? Akiha pours me some whiskey without asking. Common sense demands that I stop her, but she seems so happy, I throw away any thoughts of common sense. Please water it down a lot, otherwise I won't be able to drink it. As you say, well then, let's start, shall we? Akiha happily fills my glass. Man, I don't even drink this much when I'm with Arahiko. I lean back on the sofa. I down the glass with my neck tilted so far back that I can see the ceiling. I drink what Akiha poured me slowly, without letting my mouth go from the glass. Whew, well, are you satisfied, princess? I place the empty glass on the table. That's the way to do it. I have to take points off for not drinking it fast, but it's still a passing grade. You're pretty strict. That was my new record, you know? You told me to drink it, so I pushed myself. Really? It's pretty rare, you keeping me company like this, Nissan. She chuckles. Pouring herself another glass, she downs it. My heart beats loudly at the sight of her face. Don't do that! No, stop it! Stop it. She looks so mature when she's drinking. She closes her eyes and tilts her head back. Seeing her white throat voluptuously gulp down the alcohol, I forget about being drunk. I want to think that this is the other Shiki's thoughts, not his. Akiha lets out a deep breath. The glass is empty. She says under her breath something to the effect that it's delicious. What is it, Nissan? Is there something on my face? Nothing. It's nothing. Without thinking, I pick up my glass. Another one? This time we'll have something a little bit stronger. Akiha fills up the glasses again. I didn't really want another glass, but I suppose it won't hurt. Trying to imitate Akiha, I drink it all in one gulp. It wasn't that much alcohol, but I shouldn't have drank it that fast. My head starts to spin, and I fall back onto the sofa. Nissan, are you alright? I'm fine. I just got a little dizzy, but I'm not drunk. I think I'll rest for a little bit. You go ahead and have fun. Laying back on the sofa, I stare aimlessly at the ceiling. Even though I feel completely drained, I feel really good. I'm sorry, I forced you to drink too much. Akiha's voice sounds very sad. No, maybe it was a little much, but it feels good. I drank it because you drank it so deliciously. I guess the result is all right, though. So go ahead and keep drinking. Once I settle down, I'll join you again. Okay, if you say so, I'll wait until you're done. I hear the sound of something pouring. As expected, she pours another glass and drinks it. That's odd. This isn't anything much, but I feel really relaxed here. Alright, taking a breath, I get up from the sofa. Nissan, are you feeling better? I'm fine. I'll keep you company a little bit more. I give her my glass. Smiling, she pours me another drink. This time, I decide to drink it at my own pace. Time passes by. Hisui's fallen asleep on the sofa. Kohaku-san never did come back from the kitchen. The only ones still moving about are me and Akiha, but I'm pretty drunk, so I wouldn't necessarily call myself moving about. But still, I want to keep her company until Kohaku-san returns. Nisan, you're very kind today. Akiha says this suddenly in a small voice. Eh? Kind? Me? Yes, normally you're a very cold person. Acting kind like this is very rare, isn't it? Really? I don't really know, but maybe I am cold. Oh, Nisan, you don't understand yourself very well. You're a very kind person, but at the same time, you are very cold. Because you make no distinction between people. You don't have anyone that you like the most, no matter if you hate them or like them. Nisan, you like and forgive everyone. But that's very cruel to the people who want to be closest to you. For you, everyone is the same. Me, Kohaku, Hisui, we're all the same for you. That isn't kindness, like an old dog that knows its time of death is near. You simply don't want to leave anything behind. You were like that back then, but now, how do you say it? You seem very dangerous, and it makes me uneasy. Downcast, Akiha continues to speak, almost as if she was thinking aloud. Her glass is empty. She doesn't fill it, and her quiet voice echoes in the air. Hey, I just thought that you were maybe inconsiderate and very lonely. I was just thinking something stupid like that. There isn't anyone you hold dearest in your heart. Maybe you lost that person a long time ago. Back then, I thought if you liked just me, that'd be fine. At least, there wasn't anyone you liked the most, so that was good enough. But now, it is... Is she actually jealous of Kohaku? The fact that I, just keep hanging out with her, saying hi to her? Thanks for waiting. More food and more drink. With a smile, Kohaku-san returns. Ah, Akiha suddenly swallows her words and with a sigh pours herself more to drink. Hey, Nisan, please drink some more as well. It's just me drinking now. Taking the bottle that Kohaku-san brought, she pours some more drink into my glass. No, I've had enough. I've had twice as much as normal, so please let me pass on this one. If I drink more, I really will end up in bad shape. What are you saying? You haven't even had a bottle yet. It's way too early to say you've had enough. You said you'd drink with me, right? Come on, she says and holds out my glass. But I really am at my limit. Now, Akiha-sama, you do have to realize Shiki-san doesn't have the same tolerance as you do. Shiki-san, you should say no or you'll be in trouble. Akiha-sama doesn't get drunk, no matter how much she drinks. So if you keep drinking with her until she's happy, you'll end up drinking until dawn. Wait a minute, Kohaku, you make me sound like some sort of an alcoholic. Angrily, Akiha takes another drink. Even though she drank a lot, it seems like that's her first glass. No matter what she says, Kohaku-san seems to be right. Sorry, Akiha, I really have to stop now. You know my doctor says I shouldn't drink too much, right? Akiha descends into an apologetic silence. That is true. Don't look so sad. I can still keep you company until you're done drinking. How's that? She nods, but doesn't quite look satisfied. Well then, I'll pour you drinks, Akiha-sama. See, Shiki-san's still here, so isn't everything okay? I guess. Certainly having Nisan keep me company is rare enough. I'll let it go this time. Akiha holds out her glass to Kohaku-san. Smiling, Kohaku-san serves Akiha another drink, who starts to sip it slowly. It has gotten pretty late. Hisui woke up eventually, and we talked about unimportant things. It's probably the fault of the alcohol, but I don't remember what we talked about. Just meaningless, warm conversation. Because I wasn't used to that kind of stuff, I settled into an insecure comfort, like hanging from a silken thread. It's probably because of that. On one hand, I thought it would be nice for this to continue, but on the other hand, I wanted a little time to myself. And all of a sudden, Nisan? Akiha, with eyes full of anxiety, looks up at me. What is it? Are you feeling okay? No, that's not it. I just got uneasy all of a sudden. Hey, Nisan? You won't go away again, will you? No, I don't know what will happen in the future, but I've decided to stay here for now. At least until I finish school, and until it seems Akiha can manage by herself. But that would imply I would leave sometime. Stop, I don't want to hear those words. This is your house, so no matter what happens, it's best for you to live here, right? After saying this, she downs her glass. An amazing sight. As if drinking down her uneasiness, she empties her glass. Gulp, gulp. Her cheeks are faintly flushed, showing she has a buzz. Akiha sighs. Why'd you always make me feel so uneasy, Nisan? She must be drunk as she stares at me blankly. I keep feeling like she's coming on to me. Seeing that, my heart starts to beat faster for no reason. Are you listening? As long as you're here, I'm fine, but you always... Her eyes look straight ahead. Her cheeks are red, and her eyes are glazed. This all... No! All seems very erotic. I hate this. Maybe it's because I'm drunk as well. She is my sister, so why? Akiha, at Nissan, I feel strange. She speaks aimlessly, as if she was someone else. If this keeps up, Akiha-sama, your glass is empty. I'll pour you some more, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Kohaku was slowly poisoning her with those morning glories. Yeah, thanks, Kohaku. Kohaku-san pours her another drink, which she downs promptly. And then, all of a sudden, she looks very serious. Akiha? That's odd. I seem to be drunk. She massages her temple with her fingers. You seem to be drunk. You've been drunk for quite a while. What are you saying? I'm drunk, so of course I won't make sense. She places her glass on the table quickly. That's strange. I just got started. Saying that, she collapses towards me. Yeah, Kohaku's... I feel like she definitely slipped something in there. Hey, Akiha, what are you... It's pretty obvious, though. Hey, there's no response. Her breathing tells me she's happily asleep. Huh? This is rare indeed. I've not seen Akiha drunk in years. Kohaku-san smiles amusedly. Kohaku-san, what do you mean? Well, Akiha-sama does not usually get drunk, but when she drinks over a certain limit, I guess all the alcohol hits her and she falls asleep. So for Akiha-sama, being drunk is the same as going to sleep. I don't know if it's good or bad, but if Akiha-sama got drunk like most people, wouldn't that be scary? Shiki-san, could you imagine a rampaging Akiha-sama? Kohaku-san paints a very frightening mental image. Deciding not to answer, I look at Akiha's sleeping face. She's sleeping contently. She's leaning with her whole body up against mine. I can feel her breathing and body warmth. I remember that strange feeling I felt before. She must have been completely drunk, because she seemed like a totally different person. I can't deny I was utterly flustered. Having her sleep so contently against me puts me in a daze. Without a doubt, she is very beautiful. I couldn't believe she was my sister when I met her after 8 years. But it doesn't mean anything. All I can think is that looking at her resting up against me is a good thing. Without a doubt, she's my sister. One of the reasons I came back to the mansion was to protect her. Shiki-sama, if Akiha-sama sleeps like that, I believe she might catch a cold. Eh? Oh, that's right. It is October, so we shouldn't let our guard down. I'll take Akiha-sama up to her room. Esui hoists Akiha over her shoulder and exits the room. The only ones left are me and Kohaku-san. Well, if Akiha-sama's asleep, then we should end the party. I'll take care of tidying things up, so please return to your room, Shiki-san. I nod. I really do want to help, but I'm a little too drunk for that. If I helped in this condition, I'd probably just get in the way. Sorry, Kohaku-san. Please, take care of things. Just leave it to me, please. Good night, Shiki-san. I go out to the courtyard to clear my head of some of the alcohol. The breeze is a little cool, so it feels good against my hot skin. This is bad. I really did drink too much. All that drinking gave me a headache, and I start to feel a little dizzy. I'll probably have some nightmares tonight. Well, it's just something I have to face after drinking. Akiha seemed really happy tonight. 1 or 2 nightmares is a small price to pay for that. Sitting down on a chair, I take a deep breath. The night breeze blows against my skin. There's nothing but silence. All the other houses are far away from the Tohno mansion. Doing this, I feel like I'm in a mansion in the middle of the woods, and I almost forget I'm a normal student. An empty, weak atmosphere. A soundless scenery of stagnation. A small fragment of memory about a garden. There's no one there. No father to yell at us. No one to tie us down and lock us away. Or even that person who curses Tohnoshiki. A long time ago, it all wore away, declining into something worthless. Thinking about these rambling ideas, my eyelids start to droop more and more. Shiki-san, if you sleep there, you'll catch a cold. And that voice jars me from my sleepiness. I'm sorry, Shiki-san. I guess it would have been better if you didn't drink anything tonight. Kohaku-san says this with her usual smile, looking down at me. It seems Kohaku-san must have guessed I came here to cool off. I guess I got a little carried away. Not thinking about your health, I forced you to do too much. It was very tough, wasn't it? Kohaku-san apologetically keeps her distance. What is this? It doesn't seem like the normal, cheery Kohaku-san. It was my decision to drink, so she shouldn't feel bad about it. Geez, this isn't like you at all, Kohaku-san. I look at her, but she's still looking apologetic, so I sleepily gaze into the forest. It wasn't tough at all. Akiha was happy, and it was fun. Kohaku-san, you're just thinking about it too much. Staring blankly into the forest, I tried to make my voice sound as gentle as possible. A brief silence ensues. Suddenly, like a rabbit poking its head out of a bush, Kohaku-san comes into view. Kohaku-san? Ah, you're awake, Shiki-san. You got so quiet all of a sudden, I thought you fell asleep. She says this, scolding me. It sounds like she wants to tell me I shouldn't sleep here. I'm fine, Kohaku-san. I'm awake, so don't worry. I'll go back to my room once I'm done cooling off, so you can go back inside. I refuse. I wanted to cool off as well, so I'll keep you company until you're done. With her usual smile, Kohaku-san looks longingly at the fallen leaves in the forest. Well, if you feel like it, then that's fine. Kohaku-san doesn't answer and walks over the leaves, which crinkle as she takes each step. Silence ensues again. Thanks, Kohaku-san. It was really fun today. I really do mean it. What do you mean? Today wasn't something you should thank us for. Maybe, but it really was fun. Come to think of it, it was the first time we did something like that, and I finally felt like part of the family. It isn't like we didn't do things like that when I stayed at the Arimas. It's just when I lived there, I didn't ever want to be a bother, and I couldn't concentrate on having fun like today. Family? Tilting her head to the side, she asks in a soft voice. For a very brief instant, it looks like Kohaku-san removed her usual mask, but she returns to her usual self. But Shiki-san, as long as you stay at the mansion, you won't ever have the family you're dreaming about. All your relatives shun you, and your only ally is Akiha-sama. That means your life here will be very painful. What she says is correct. 8 years ago, I was treated badly enough to get me out of this house, so it's natural that they still think badly of me. Well, I'm prepared for that, but it doesn't really matter. Akiha put up with for 8 years. I'm her big brother, so I should be able to put up with it easily. Those 8 years. Since she was little, Akiha had to endure a very strict upbringing. Compared to that, my relatives disliking me really isn't much. I see. Akiha-sama is really lucky, having a brother that thinks so much of her. I don't know. I don't think I'm a good brother. Still smiling, she continues to giggle. Seeing her laugh so much makes me feel a little embarrassed. But it's strange, thinking only of Akiha-sama and not thinking of yourself like that. Eh? You too have led a bad life. Being disinherited and sent away, there had to have been some hard times for you too. When you finally start to really get along with the Arima family, you come back here. It's like she's trying to turn me against the Tohnos, right? Like that's part of her plan. You were made to leave a normal family that suited you the most due to a mere whim of the Tohno house. I don't even know how to respond. The morning, 3 days ago, I remember the face of Keiko-san standing in the doorway as we parted. I didn't want to see that always steadfast person smile so sadly. Like Kohaku-san said, I left a big part of me behind that was so attached to them when I left. See, Shiki-san, don't tell me you never thought of that. No, it's something I shouldn't think about. Kohaku-san, why are you... I wanted to ask her why she was bringing all this up now. I wanted Kohaku-san, Akiha, and Hisui to think I came back here because I wanted to. Shiki-san, I hear her voice. I can't ignore her voice, so I look up. You know it too. You would have been happier staying with the Arima family. But why is she... Why? Why did you come back to the mansion now, when there's only unhappiness waiting for you here? Why is she saying that, with that almost crying face? I can't answer. I just stare at Kohaku-san, as if I were in some sort of trance. You're mean, asking me to talk about such difficult things. I'm sorry. I guess I must be drunk as well, saying such things. There must be something wrong with me. She's smiling. Smiling like that, it makes it seem as she didn't even ask me something so serious. Kohaku-san, about that subject earlier, isn't it natural for me to come back here to my own home? I couldn't leave Akiha all alone, and I couldn't burden the Arimas forever. So, that's your reason for coming back. Kohaku-san seems like she understands. Like, she must, from a sibling point of view, she must understand, right? But that's a lie. There's another reason, something more important than Akiha. Shiki-san, oh, is he gonna talk about the girl with the ribbon? Shiki-san, what is it? Oh, it's different, Kohaku-san. Really, there is another important reason. Really? Does it mean that it's a secret? I don't know. It isn't that it's a secret, but it's an important memory I have I don't want to talk about. I borrowed something when I left here, so I came back to return it. Oh, she's got like that hopeful look, and she's like, oh, and then you're like, it's Hisui's ribbon. She's like, damn it. But it seems Hisui doesn't remember it, though. I get up from the chair. I've cooled down. Oh, so I'm going back to my room. He's so close. He was so close. Raising a hand, I exit the courtyard. Kohaku-san just looks at me, dumbstruck. We could wrap up this whole route in like one day if I had just remembered that it was her that gave me the ribbon. I collapse onto the bed. It's probably the fault of the alcohol as I start to feel very sleepy. It's probably because I said those words to Kohaku-san. I start to think about the promise I made 8 years ago. You can never come back to this mansion ever again. I still remember the time my father said those words to me and my feelings as I left my room. The time when I realized I'd be all alone, just like I was before I met Sensei. Yes, let's get back into Sensei. Who is Sensei? Not being able to keep my promise with Sensei, I guess I became empty inside. That time, the girl I spoke with only once. That was my only saving grace. I don't know what kind of magic was in those words. Give it back, okay? Just those words. But to me, those words meant so much back then. I always thought those words were important. Well, it seems that Hisui forgot she even said them. Oh well, it can't be helped. It was just a promise we made as children. It is a shame, but it really can't be helped. 8 years is a long time. Actually, remembering a promise from your childhood is stranger than forgetting it, I suppose. Well, I should sleep. Taking a deep breath, I close my eyes. I sink into a deep sleep. I feel the heat and my body wakes. Roasting. My throat is burning. My blood is evaporating. The roasting must be leaving scars all over. Roasting. I can't think clearly. I feel the dirty presence of someone in my room. Burning. I decide to leave my room. A clock says it's past midnight. The burning won't stop. Confusion. Thump, thump. My heart pounds. Sexual excitement. The whole world pulsates in unison. Delusion. Burning. Crimson. Field tube. Exploding. Multiplying. The black wings of insects. It's as if my eyes, blood of mad desire, have a pulse. Type, different death. I enter the darkness. My exploding heart scourges me forward. More and more. Thump, 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 thump. The beating that makes my existence pale in comparison. My heart doubles, burning my single body with their fierce pulsation. Now, time to fulfill her wish. Her wish, right? Maybe there was a reference to it before about talking about, like, doing that for somebody? Perhaps. Like someone else being there, a girl being there, but... And then there were the corpses of strangers in front of me. 1, 2, 3 people. I count aloud. I point out each one with my finger, my red finger. No, both of my hands seem painted red. Of course, there isn't any paint anywhere around me. The only thing here is the flayed spaghetti, with meat sauce, of course, of 3 dead bodies. On the ground is my knife and grate with Nanatsu Yoru. This means it doesn't even require thought. I did this. I pick up my knife. I can't believe it, but what's done is done. Now that I realize it, my once burning body has cooled down. Now that I'm done, I should go back to the mansion. Someone's coming. Someone comes down the pathway. Great. This place is already overflowing with spaghetti, and now I have to make some more meat sauce on top of it. The footsteps approach. The dark shadow becomes a little clearer. I grip my knife. The shadow enters the alley. Kin, the sound of metal clashing. I can't believe it. Without any indication at all, the shadow totally intercepted my attack. The enemy also uses a knife. Our attacks cancelled each other's fatal strikes to the throat. That's surprising. Our voices overlap in the darkness. We both put away our knives at the same time. I didn't expect to see my kind here after coming back. It's my first time seeing a killer. He laughs as he says this. A pure laugh without any bad intentions. It's like the laugh of a boxer that finally cut weight and steps into the ring to face his greatest lifetime rival. Probably I have the same smile on my face. Huh, he snorts as he turns around. We walk out to the main street. This looks like a good spot. It's a bit odd for 2 grown men to be standing about, isn't it? I sit down on the sidewalk. As if he just thought of something, he keeps walking to the vending machine. Hey, give me some money. I don't have any. I'm not exactly rich right now, but I give him the biggest coin I have. I always wanted to try this. He says this happily and buys 2 cans of coffee. Catch. All right. I get the change and a can of coffee. He sits by my side and takes a drink out of the can. For some reason, I think this is all I've been doing all day. Yuck, I don't think cigarettes and coffee are that great. I wonder why adults even drink these things. They're training their endurance. Being an adult is pretty hard work. Ah, I see. You're pretty smart. He chuckles, delighted. I take a drink as well. I can't help but agree with him. It must be awfully suicidal. wanting to drink something that tastes like poison. Well, anyway, you're a pretty awful guy. How could you just suddenly strike at someone's throat like that? You're one to talk. You were trying to kill me, too. Is that so? Well, what's done is done. We're both alive, so we'll call it even. Well, he is right. We both tried to kill each other, so even if one of us died, we'd still be even. As a competition, that sounds right. Even though he keeps saying it's disgusting, he keeps happily drinking the coffee. Well, it's not bad once you get used to it. It feels like a get-together of bad boys kicked out of society. He says so, killing his smile. Really? Well, you want to smoke? We'd look more like the bad boys that way. I'll pass. They numb the brain. If you want to remain pure, you shouldn't take any poison. So says the guy drinking coffee. What's with you? You're pretty nitpicky for a killer. Humans eat poison every day, so isn't this all right? You have some tolerance against it too, right? He laughs loudly. I feel the exact same way, so I take another sip. I'm like, is this Roa? Or is this the other Shiki? I speak with him for another hour. We ramble about nothing as we watch cars go by. The most pointless thing was probably our special powers. My eyes that can see death, his body that dies. Okay, that's gotta be the other Shiki, right? Like, he doesn't even realize that that's Shiki. His body that dies with great difficulty. We began by discussing their principles. I see. Well, does that mean that you can kill the five senses? He says such nonsense. I can't do that. I can't kill something so vague that needs an expression to be understood. Not at all. Look, if you wanted to kill sight, you kill the eyes. Hearing, kill the ears. I can do at least that much, but you're different. You can kill things without crushing them. The moment you see those lines, you can kill. Not the object, but its very meaning. That's why something beyond the five senses, like the sixth sense, spirit and emotion, you should be able to kill those things too. Well, he has a point. My eyes themselves are an aberration. Using logic to understand them is a mistake from the start. Then, can I kill that too? That apparition that I once saw in my childhood? That haunting thing called crimson red vermilion? But that seems hard. If I do that, I don't know how much longer I could stay sane. Yeah, it's like trying to calculate as a god using the mind of a human. You'd cripple yourself, for sure. He says this as he walks towards the vending machine again. Hey, still looking at the vending machine, he holds his hand behind him towards me. I toss him a coin, which he catches skillfully and uses it to buy another can of coffee. After drinking this, he turns to me again. It really has been a long time since I talked to another person. It's really weird. That's strange. Were you stranded on an island somewhere? Huh? I'm still stranded on this island. It seems that I'm out of alignment with society. They say someone who kills people for no reason is crazy. There's really no way someone like me, who is out of tune, could have a conversation with someone in tune. So we're out of tune. Yeah, it's not a matter of who's off tune. Those out of tune with society are the ones out of tune. Really, maybe society is the one out of tune instead. What do you mean by that? Exactly what I said. Didn't you say that just now? It's like majority rule. The views of the minority that aren't the same as the views of the majority are said to be unstable and rejected. It doesn't matter who is right or wrong. If you don't fit in, you're left out, regardless of if you're right or wrong. The term out of tune doesn't follow universal rules. Huh, so you're trying to say killers like us aren't evil? Who knows? I don't know about good or evil, but if you think about it logically, we aren't the ones out of tune. Let's see. How about using boxers as an example? It doesn't have to be boxers, but it's an easy example to understand. Boxers, their job is to punch people, but not just to punch people. They painfully cut weight and train every day to skillfully punch people. To effectively punch others, to efficiently defeat others. They diligently work on it every day, like sharpening a blade. What do you think of that? Huh, there are people like that, and no, that's all. They just punch each other, but they don't kill their opponents. Sure, some could die from accidents, but it isn't considered murder. Isn't that incredible? You mean it's okay to kill? No, you weren't supposed to kill, but you could. Isn't that a huge contradiction? That's not all. Because a boxer's fist is considered a weapon, they aren't allowed to fight outside the ring. This is incredible. They know a boxer's fist is a weapon, so why is there such a profession in the first place? If it's a weapon that can kill, they should abolish it. Killing is wrong, killing is wrong. But this world is full of tools to kill. Even the law allows it. But they say it's not all right to kill. This could only be considered chaos. If common sense is what is thought of as good by a majority of people, then we aren't out of tune. If there's anything out of tune, it's the world. All that said, I don't necessarily hate boxing. There are a lot of professions out there, but there aren't any others where you can be so stoic about your objectives. You strengthen yourself by cutting yourself off from all temptations. Humans are interested in strength they can easily comprehend. That's why competitions will never go away. Of all these competitions, the ones people like the most are where the contestants hurt each other. Admiration of the strong, a mindset that can only be drawn towards strength. It's probably a very healthy mind. As guys like him and I can think only of results, our colors might be similar, but our shapes should be completely different. Something you can concentrate on and forget yourself. That doesn't become an individual's free will. Those that worship education, those that immolate themselves in art, those who advance themselves in business. If an individual could decide to that, then this world would be a pretty puzzle that could be understood. But this puzzle is full of holes. Pieces are missing, and a lot of pieces don't fit. I see. You like to talk a lot, don't you? I had a friend like that once. How do I say this? Well, he didn't have anything, which is why he looked like he didn't want anything. He must be talking about me, right? Like when I was a kid. To me, he seemed very isolated. Isolation is just another name for loneliness, right? That's why it bugged me. I didn't want anything. What about you? Is there something you want? I don't know. I think I used to, but I can't remember now. What about you? Everyone wants something, but I haven't found anything worth dreaming for. A fire within me that causes me to lose my mind. Tonight was maybe my first time feeling that. Ha! It means you're a killer too. I don't know. I can't be sure yet. What about you? Is killing fun? Are you stupid? If it was fun, I'd be doing it non-stop. There isn't any reason. Once you start, you just get hooked. I see. I think I understand a little bit. In other words, it's not a matter of liking or disliking the murder. It's a matter of when he does kill someone, whether he can devote himself to the action. It's probably the difference between being in or out of tune. Hey, didn't you ever take apart a radio when you were a kid? Radio? I never killed anyone like that. Right, thanks for being a moron. To be honest, that was a joke. Animate objects and inanimate objects are completely different. Maybe people like us should be doctors instead. A doctor? I hate medicine. When you get a shot, don't you feel yourself getting diluted? It's like you're becoming a puppet, right? Is that so? I have my own doctor, so I take medicine like it was nothing. It really was a lot of fun. He stands up, and, with empty eyes, he looks down at me. Well, we don't need two of us in this town, right? 2 lions in a cage this small won't even be able to mark their own territory. He looks like he's going for his knife. The inorganic reek of murder. He really does want to fight to the death. You shouldn't. I say quite naturally. Why? Well, as a living creature, you're stronger than me, but it's a fight to the death. I'm superior to you. He grinds his teeth. After a twitching smile, ha ha ha. He laughs extremely loudly. What? Was it that funny, killer? Hee hee hee. The man continues to laugh. Just when I thought I'd have to leave him, he stops laughing and looks at me. You're right, you know. Saying that, he starts to walk away. I guess this is a good opportunity. Now that someone like you is here, I should probably leave town. I don't really intend to take your place. No, it's useless. You got hooked tonight, right? Then it'll be the same tomorrow. You won't be able to endure, even for a day. Well, I hope we won't meet again. Raising a hand, he disappears. Hearing that we wouldn't meet again, I get a little sad. At my feet, there were about 10 cans of coffee that he drank. In other words, he'll never pay me back for these. I make it back to my room. It's almost dawn. I should just forget everything and go to sleep. Alright, so that is going to be part 1 of the Kohaku routes. And already we're at, what, day 7? Like, obviously the first part of it does go quickly because it's a lot of skipping scenes. And there will be a lot of new content from here on out. But already, like, even with the lack of new content, I'm still liking it. I like, now that we know the truth about Kohaku, all the little things that she says. I'm kind of picking up on things more. Like, yeah, just the comment about, like, if you treat yourself like a doll, you don't feel pain. And there was the conversation that she had with me about, you know, don't you feel some sort of animosity towards the Tohnos for taking you away from your life before? It's like she's trying to tease me a little bit and kind of push me towards, I guess maybe like disliking the Tohnos, and then something about like I'm killing for her. That must be something like Kohaku's planning all this. And then there was that conversation at the end with the guy. I don't know if that was Shiki, if that was Roa, like who that was that I had that conversation with. But yeah, good start to this one, and looking forward to seeing more and see what's going to happen next. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned next week for part 32 of Tsukihime. Until then, bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Revealing Storm, Lynn's VA, Kenju Storm, Icognito, Sean, and Waz RD1.